Hello, welcome by a new video. Today we're going to discuss Altcoin Sunday episode 2, which is different than the major Saturday, as in this video we'll just be discussing some altcoins that are moving heavily, as I felt like it's important to have some content based on TA, on just regular analysis rather than all the FOMO moon boys. I tweeted yesterday that Ethereum and Cardano have a partnership with SpaceX. Obviously that's not true, but some people thought it was. Well, my apologies. But sometimes you have to have some sense of humor, right? So let's go on to the content. Remember, from last week, altcoins will outperform Bitcoin in the coming cycle. Why? Well, they are new. They have seen less cycles. Maturity isn't there yet as on Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is 10 years old. They have more potential ROI, which means that they also have a higher increased risk. The lower the cap, the higher the risk, the higher the return. So for instance, Bitcoin has a potential ROI to go towards like 200k, 300k. You can calculate the ROI with it. Ethereum should then be leading with Bitcoin and have a higher ROI, but also more risk. And if you go down the drain in the coin market cap list, the risk is just going to increase, which means that you should have a proper risk management. Also, trading altcoins is different than trading BTC USD. Majors are pretty much the same and mostly traded through USD pairs right now, given all the derivatives we have. But if you trade smaller altcoins with only BTC pairs, I advise you to lower your sizing, in which proper risk management is crucial if you want to continue your skill and your life as a trader. Finally, this video is not financial advice and should not be taken as. Never follow a guy with a voice blindly or a random cartoon on Twitter. This video is just my own opinion and expressing my own opinion. Then, getting a ton of questions regarding whether a coin is an entry, which you generally get when something starts to move heavily. When you point out some retests that have been interesting or are interesting for a potential entry, then nobody is interested. And when something starts to move heavily, all of a sudden everybody starts to show up. I actually know a few people who bought Theta Fuel at like 180 satoshis, which makes me believe that you don't do the research required to do the trade, as you don't know what T-Fuel actually is and why it's moving. But also, if something is moving heavily, there's just it's just too far away from my risk-reward plan to make a trade. For instance, Cardano right now has seen a 30 or 40% surge in a few days. That's just not an entry. If you buy it right now, based on the 4-hour or 1-day chart, where are you going to put your stop loss? Yes, beneath the last support zone, which is 25% beneath. What is your next target then? Well, there's not much more upside potential at some point, as people see green candles and some take profits and then the chart reverses for a little bit, or Bitcoin makes a move down and ADA goes with it. So eventually you want to seek for an entry that's closer towards a support level or just support resistance flip, in which you can have the lowest risk, cover your risk the best, and get the highest reward. That's the plan behind trading. Investing is a different approach, but if you want to invest in Cardano, you have had like 2 years to accumulate your bag, and buying the dip is still the approach on that one. Then the final part is shorting Silica or Cardano or any coin that's moving heavily. A great approach? No. As you know, coins can move down more than you would expect it, so they can move up more than you expect either way. That's the irrationality of the market. So the moment that a coin is trending up heavily, the best approach should be to buy the dip including a plan, of course. Have your TPs and just letting it ride. And when there's a clear signal of like daily bearish divergence or a bearish retest on the 4 hour of a short-term trend reversal, that's a potential short hedge or potential short. Shorting is wonderful in times of a bear market, but it can hurt your portfolio heavily in times of a bull market. And sometimes you have to flip your bias, which I think we're getting close to. We're getting close to the disbelief phase. We are not in it yet, but we're getting close. For Cardano, we might be. Which is the phase that people who short will get hurt all the time. And it will actually fuel the markets to go up some more. I'm not saying that Bitcoin goes from 50 to 15k from here. It can also go to 7.5k, make a higher low and start moving from there. But you should be aware that shorting at some point is not the best approach anymore. Only to cover your positions or whatever. Today we're going to update the coins we have discussed last week. I've removed Chainlink and Cardano. Simple reasoning, they are majors. And I've discussed Cardano yesterday and I've tweeted Chainlink earlier today. So today we're going to discuss CELR network, PERL, Harmony as they've been moving, Sia coin as that one has not been moving but sharing some stuff about it. DOC has been seeing some movement, Silica as it's just one of the biggest hyped coins right now, and Verso. And I will add NEBL to share some other thoughts about it. So let's see what we can get from the charts. If the charts are working. Yes, there we go. First of all, we see Harmony. And Harmony is let's get this away. And Harmony is a IEO. It didn't really see a cycle. After the listing, it just got crushed. Like many of them, except for Matic. And right now, we have seen a deviation below support. It reclaimed support, started to trend, rejected over here, close beneath, which is a rejection. Now trying to flip the previous level for support, which is the MA over here. You can see that the blue ones is the 100 MA on the daily, and the red ones is the 200 MA. Yesterday some news got there as well. And right now we are holding above the 100 MA, and crucial, we are holding above like 36, 37, which I find important. Next target after that is the support level from the first part of this year and last part of last year, and the 200 MA, which is around 52 and 53. As long as this one is holding above here, I'm fine, still interested. If we get here, I'm TPing and looking for a buy the dip scheme. If we get a structure in which we just do this and then pop like Elrond did, just depending. Probably I'll be out a little here as well and just moving my stop loss in the USDT pair up, as having a stop loss in a low set coin is quite risky and because of the spread. Harmony, same figure. Rejected at 200 DMA. The main resistance is around half a cent. Flipped the gray zone for support as needed, and right now it's just consolidating. If we get above here, I probably assume that we're going to rally towards here, make another flip and take the range high, and then I'll be fully out, looking for a potential buy the dip entry later on. Probably the range low around here, and then we can see the next wave. But then we're still going to be moving above the 100 and 200 day MAs, which is pretty much crucial. So yeah, this one is doing pretty much fine. If we go to the other IEO, we can see that it's seen a pretty substantial rally. Held this gray zone for support as well, broke through the 100 day MA, rejected at the 200 day MA, which was confluential with this old support level. They usually don't break through these in one go. We remember that from VeChain, for instance. Right now it's flipping the previous resistance level at 29.28 Satoshis for support. And I've already scheduled the plan for this trade, in which I suspect that we are currently making a pretty healthy correction, in which we are just going to grind further upwards towards the resistance level. And if we test the resistance level one more time and get a pad like this, or like Elrond did, I suspect we're going to make the move towards the next level around 50 Satoshis. And as you can see, CELR also did not see any cycle yet, so we are in for some real fun in the coming period on many of these altcoins. If we go towards the USDT pair, we can see that it's still finding the structure. Has to hold above here, which it is doing. Breaking through the 200-day MA, and I'm suspecting that we're going to see a rally towards 0.04 and probably targeting the range in February high at half a cent. That seems to be the target for many of these altcoins. But as you see, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and constant support resistance flips, which is great for continuation to trade on. Then Perlin. Also deviation below support, reclaiming support now, as you can see. Little blurry chart, but I'd want to see it hold here or here, which seems to be the case. Little overextended wick, as you can see. Bit of the same as over here, in which there is also deviation. However, there's more consolidation in this case. The back rally was way heavier over here. If we hold one of these zones, which is 170 Satoshis and 185 Satoshis, I'm expecting to see a continuation move, and then I'm targeting 285 as first level. As we've already tested this level, I'm assuming that the next rally will go towards the next level, which is this zone. PERL and USDT, pretty much the same view. Flip back above. If we hold above this zone, we are good, and then we are going to rally and probably test some higher levels around here, which is 2.5 cents. Pretty basic, pretty standard. CELR coin, have been discussing a lot. Finally above the 100-day and 200-day MA. If Digibyte moves, CELR coin moves. So in this case, it seems to be Digibyte was the first mover, and now CELR coin has to do it still. Higher low structures since the low, and another higher low as we flipped here. Now I want to see it flip here, which seems to be the case. And once it pops above 27, I'm going to expect to see a rally towards 40 to 37, this zone. And then probably we get a movements like this, in which there is some retracement, probably testing this zone around 31, 32, before we continue towards the next level. As preferably after higher lows and higher highs, you want to see a renewed higher high, which confirms the uptrend. Above the 100-day MA, 200-day MA, which is a bullish. Then a DOC, which is showing a similar figure, in which we make a retest of the support from 2019. Done, rejected at 200-day MA, made a almost 100% move. Actually, always take profits if you want to. If you trade altcoins, 100% is a lot. I've made this scenario here. Preferably, I'd want to see it hold support around here, which is the order block, as you can see. This I want to see hold, might wick towards the green zone. If it holds there, I'm also expecting to see continuation towards here. If we lose this level, I'm assuming we're going to test the lows back again. Might test green, but I'm expecting that to skip and just go towards the lows back again. If we hold here, I'm assuming we break above the 100-day and 200-day MA, and then we can start rallying significantly. Also a pretty new coin, so this is interesting itself. Then we got NEBL. I wanted to share this one as it's lately there's some more shilling going on and some more fundamentals kicking in. Still inside the structure, in which is a range, which is a range support, range high. Pretty much behind Silica, pretty much behind Cardano. Coins like Stratus and Komodo are also behind these ones. So the older coins are relatively behind, but the crucial 100-day and 200-day MA breaker is coming up. And I assume that if we hold the level over here, break through this resistance and flip it, we are getting a rally towards the range high. And then we can see some movements like we have seen on Silica if there's some real fundamentals kicking in. So the point that I wanted to share with this one is that many coins are approaching this crucial period, in which if it breaks through and flips it, we can see some substantial movements, as this rally is already 50 to 75%. Then finally, our dearest friend Silica, trying to break through a resistance. However, as you can see, we are here and support was here or here. So if you want to buy right now, it should be a small one on the level around 140, but preferably I'd want to see some more consolidation before continuation, as this can also be a SFP, in which we just test the highs and reverse from there if Bitcoin makes a joke of a move. Right now it's just not an entry, and as you can see, heavy upwards trending coins don't have that many short opportunities, and also not many retraces. If we get a retrace, and I'm going to see if whether 120 holds, I'm expecting such a pattern as we can see here, and then still continuation towards 220 to 235. If we hold 140, which it could also be likely, might wick to 135, 136, like this, and then continue, then that could be an entry as well. But right now I just don't see any, and you should not be touching coins that are moving heavily if you don't know what you're doing. Silica USDT chart approaching the target. So here you can see that there is also no real entry. Usually when coins like this move this heavy, there is a retracement occurring, and in this period nobody discusses this, but that's going to be an entry. So yeah, we are getting towards the target zone we have been painting out quite many times, and still above the 100 day and 200 day MA. So that's a quick roundup of the coins from last week. If you have enjoyed this video, please like this video, follow me on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, or reply. Yes, thank you very much, and enjoy your Sunday.